Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Nice. I was looking at our list of episodes, and can you believe this is episode 50?
I know, it's crazy, right?
It just feels like yesterday we just started it, right?
It does.
Can you imagine if we kept doing this for like 500 episodes?
I know. We'd be old men by that point.
If we should only be so lucky.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So we just thought we would do some highlights from 50, kind of like
it's a
greatest hits.
Classic thing to do, right?
Yeah.
TV shows do it all the time. Let's do a look back and not really have an episode, just talk about old episodes.
Quick content. You don't really have to do anything about it.
That's right.
One episode that always, for me, is one of my favorites was episode 4. We talked about like the namesake, how we came up with Latch-Key Dads, and what does it mean, and how it applies to us.
Yeah.
And then we go into this. I think it's my all-time favorite segment of the Nerf. I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah, I know we went through some of the. You had some great background information, and you went through some of the original taglines that the the Nerf company came up with. Some of which I believe I thought were more of a mission statement than a tagline.
Let's hear it.
All right, sounds good.
I have to admit, Nerf had some great slogans over the years. I don't know if you saw any of these, but they're pretty good. The original one was world's first official indoor ball.
Oh.
So that
is
not
that a tagline, or is it just like a mission statement?
Doesn't really mission statement. Not really rolling off the tongue there.
No.
Then it became throw it indoors. You can't damage lamps or break windows. You can't hurt babies or old people. And maybe some people took that as a challenge. Again, way too long of a tagline.
That's just a longer mission statement.
They got better at it though.
Okay.
They got better. So these definitely probably you'll recognize some more of these. It's Nerf or nothing.
I do remember that one. Yeah. Nice and simple. Not 84 words.
You can't fit that on a package.
Yeah.
Right?
What's that T-shirt say? I need a microscope.
There's only one Nerf. I remember that one.
Again, they're getting shorter and better as we go.
Yep. Let's see, how about this? The wetter, the better. That was from their, I guess, when they had the Super Soakers.
Okay.
Part of their
yeah.
lineup. And that doesn't seem to make much sense now that I'm reading that.
I mean, maybe that goes back to the earlier thing I mentioned about where you leave them out in the rain, they'd get soaked, and then you could really hurt, was it don't hurt grandparents or babies?
Yeah.
So Greg, that was pretty fun.
Classic line.
Back to Nerf. Another one that I always think about was actually the next episode 5, when we talked about Spencer's and being at the mall.
Oh yeah, that is a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer's was pretty wild, even in its early days.
It really was, and it's just fun to do a family friendly show, and then you forget at points, and you got to catch yourself.
That's right.
Keeping it PG-13.
Yeah. Have you heard any of the stories about Spencer's and how it kind of came to be?
I didn't know there was a story, but
Yeah.
I definitely like Spencer's was like one of the main reasons to go to the mall. What it's not just like a regular store.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that it was actually a mail order catalog store. I think back in like 1947, the guy who started it, started with his brother. It was mail order only, and it was like that for I think until the early 60s.
Okay.
But they sold like really weird random stuff.
I was going to say, what kind of products did they
It
have?
was like a backyard skating rink they sold, a cotton candy making machine. I think there was a point in the 50s where they sold donkeys as like a
You're just making it up.
No, I'm serious.
You're just
It was
making
like,
this up.
Like, the new domestic pet, not a dog or a cat, but a donkey for, I think it was $85. You could buy a donkey.
So you could get a piece. You can get. Never mind.
Yep.
So part of what makes this so much fun for me is getting to know you and these crazy stories from our childhood. And a lot of times we have so much in common, and other times it's like, wow. And I think the one story that I just find so funny and crazy is your family's gifting you clowns. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's well, and to your point, I equally enjoy the similarities that we've shared and how we were living kind of parallel lives in a lot of ways. But yeah, the clown thing is definitely all mine. I will own that. Still in recovery, I think, from a moment that I do touch on, I think, is the bleeding sleeve of the batteries. That was tragic and also traumatic. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
I'm gonna be all right.
Did you say you liked a clown when you were a kid, or they just they said this one will like clowns?
Sounds probably pretty accurate. I don't know. I don't remember any, moment where I, made a proclamation, that from this day forth, I shall collect clowns. But yeah, so it just sort of kept happening. More clowns came into the mix.
It snowballed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I know I showed you this photo, and I'll put it up, on the web page for our listeners to see. But there was a Christmas where I got this probably 24-inch tall clown that was battery operated, and he would laugh.
Oh,
Which was amazing. And so he went on the shelf with all the other clowns with batteries in them.
In your bedroom?
In my bedroom, yeah. And apparently, as batteries would, eventually they would fail. And so one night while I'm sleeping, Mr. Laffy Clown starts maniacally laughing in sort of a low. And after I took my bed sheets off and put them in laundry, put on some fresh underwear, I took the batteries out of the clown. And it was like a yellow sleeve that was on his arm. Mm-hmm. So I shoved the batteries in there, just thinking like, I don't know, as a kid, I don't know, I just, where should I put them? So I put them there. Then proceeded to forget about it. And then about a month or so later, they began to leak. So it looked like his arm was bleeding. So now the weird clown that laughs while I sleep has now got a bloody arm. So not scary at all. And, to quote Bart Simpson, can't sleep, clown will eat me.
That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying.
So, Greg, I know, to your point of us getting to know each other, we went back and forth in episode 9 talking about some of our stories of things that happened. And there's one where I'm telling a story of this, mishap in college where I happened to fall. And the way that you sort of punctuate that story really made me laugh. It was really good.
The falling on the bed thing, right?
Yeah. The twisting, flipping, landing on the corner of a trunk, sort of my high mark in college.
You were always getting hurt, apparently.
Yeah, I was. I still do. But it was a good time. I was at a friend's, room, and for whatever reason, there was a bunch of us in there. So I'd climbed up onto the second, onto the loft, the bunk beds, and they had a trunk like underneath the loft. They had a couch and then like a foot locker, with the metal corners on it, trunk that was sort of the coffee table. And so, I don't know, we were talking about something, and I leaned out over the edge of the bed.
Yeah.
Until I don't know, somebody threw something. I tried to grab it. I don't know. And so I lean out and I just go head over heels off the bed, and I flip and I land like square on the corner of this like Foot Locker on my back.
Ow.
And in the moment I was like, that hurt quite a bit, but I'm like, I can, I'm okay. Like
manly walking off.
Yeah. There was like some girls in the room and stuff. So I'm like, I'm good. And I'm fine.
Tear with a single tear.
Yeah, just one. I got a phone call. I think someone's calling me in my room. I'll be right back. So then the next morning I wake up and like I literally couldn't move. I had to slide out of my bed. I put my pants on the floor and pulled myself across the floor into my pants. And I was convinced that I'd like ruptured something in my spine and like and in the end I had to go to the doctor.
You did.
I didn't want to say exactly what I did because I just felt really, really dumb.
Yeah.
So I ended up telling the doctor that I went to a concert and I got kicked in the back. Well, like somebody was moshing.
Slam dancing?
I just made up a story because I was like so embarrassed by the fact that I fell out of a loft. And, I wasn't allowed to get bunk beds as a kid because my parents were afraid I'm going to fall out. Here I am, 21 years or 19 years old, and I fall out of a bunk and nearly break my back. So.
Wow. Was it just bruising?
Yeah, I just bruised some I don't even remember the exact diagnosis,
Yeah,
but I didn't.
yeah.
There was no broken.
Oh, okay.
You know,
No.
I didn't break my back or anything, but I
Yeah.
just injured myself severely.
Ow. That
Yeah.
sounds like it really hurt.
Yeah, and the funny part is, like, college. People may imbibe in something they maybe shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah. I was 100%. Just milk and cookies
Milk and
and
cookies.
cereal and nothing bad. Just fell out of the bed. So.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you wasn't more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you break the trunk?
No, the trunk. I mean, they were made of like cardboard. I think, like the sides and
Yeah.
top and everything. It was just the metal, and I hit it right on the strongest part. Didn't damage that at all. Just damaged myself.
It would have been much cooler if you did like a WWE move and just like flattened.
Yeah, if I had hit it right in the middle, it would have been awesome,
It
because I
would
would
have
have
been
flattened
awesome.
it. I wouldn't have probably gotten hurt, but I happened to hit it right on the corner.
You could have played it off, like got up and gone, yeah, like flexed in front of everybody.
Yeah, it was more like a 95-year-old man who hobbled out of the room.
So that was a fantastic episode there. That was really funny. The next one is one of my wife's favorite episodes, and it's where we talk about the Sears catalog growing up, picking our toys.
That's great.
And I think that's one of the things we try to do really with this podcast is to help people walk down memory lane.
Sure. Yeah, stir those memories of childhood. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's be fun and hopefully happy for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think in this particular clip that we're going to play, your childlike reenactment of playing with Transformers and the sound effects, I found particularly fun.
Nice. Ooh, big page.
Yeah, this one's pretty awesome.
This is pretty sweet. We've got Transformers on the left and Voltron on the right. And, Transformers was, in my opinion, the best toy ever. As much as I love G.I. Joe, Transformers were the coolest, because you would do the as they would like turn in, and then you would turn them back, and these massive battles between the Autobots and the Decepticons. They were just so cool. A lot of fun, and Insecticons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, and the Constructicons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Devastator, right?
Yeah.
They all pieced together to be Devastator. Yeah.
Now, did you have all of one of those subgroups?
I had all three of the Insecticons.
Okay.
But none of them but they didn't form a bigger thing,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure between my brother and I, we had all of the Constructicons to
Did
form
you?
Yeah. I'll have to dig through and see. I know we had a bunch of them, but I'll have to confirm if we had them all.
That is pretty cool. I had the guy there who transformed into a train and a space shuttle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah. I feel like I had a lot more of the Autobots than the Decepticons.
Did you?
Yeah. I know I had a few of the Decepticon planes, I think.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have any of those.
I want to say Thrust, I think, was one of the planes.
Starscream.
I don't think I had Starscream. He was one of the main ones.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I didn't have Megatron.
No.
Yeah.
So few people had Megatron.
I think he was, for as long as I can remember, he was the gun before they changed him. And I think a few of my friends had the gun version.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Which looked like a real gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this next episode
just makes me laugh thinking about it.
I'm gonna admit that I may have played a larger role in this episode than we presented it as, and the portion where we promote, or I should say Duke promotes some new products, was particularly fun.
Just hysterical to be honest. That should be its own episode of Duke promoting different things.
Yeah, maybe in season 3, Duke's gonna have to make some more product announcements for us.
I think so. He should have gone into marketing.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you didn't hear it before, I hope you enjoy it this time around.
We spent some time thinking up some ideas, and I'd like to throw a couple of them at you today, and just get your opinions if you think it'd be something you'd want to purchase. The first is Duke's Bison Burgers, knowing it's half the cattle. No? All right. Well,
yeah, now, I don't know if that one will go, but what, you got another one?
Got another one here. It's Duke's Boards and Boats, rowing is half the paddle. No?
I sense a theme here, but go ahead. Okay.
I got a couple more for you here. Duke's True American Tractors. I think you know where I'm going here. With mowing is half the battle. Yeah. Now, this last one I'm particularly proud of.
Okay.
This one's got some real...
Sure.
Being an older man, I think this could be a real winner. Duke's legendary laxatives when going is half the battle.
I think you got a winner with that one. That one's pretty good. So as we're going, through some of these highlights of our 50 episodes, I think this one was great because it really shows us just relaxed and kind of having fun and just really getting in a fun groove with the episode.
Yeah. I think it's kind of almost in the midpoint. I think it was episode 22, and just trying to get each other to laugh with some really bad jokes. And the one in particular that we're going to play, you pushed the envelope, and it was really funny.
Still PG-13.
Yeah. Why would someone want to have a DeLorean as a second car?
Why?
They could drive it from time to time.
You got me on that. I wasn't going in. That was good. Okay. Wow. All right. So, I like my women like I like my golf score. In the low 80s with a slight handicap.
If I don't make a sound, does it count? Oh boy.
I think you got it. You did good. Yeah.
So Greg, the next one, episode 23, was I think one of our more popular episodes when we talk about Blockbuster. And in particular, I reminisce about a video, a Johnny Depp movie that I don't know that a lot of people loved or even saw, Don Juan DeMarco getting lost in my Subaru Brat.
Of all the movies to have to pay such an extraordinary late fee, it had to be that one, Tim.
I'm almost inclined now to go on eBay and see if I can find a VHS copy of Don Juan DeMarco, see what it's going for.
Well, that was part of Blockbuster, right? Yeah. Reliving the memories and those wonderful late fees.
Yeah, always good. So I think it was in college, my girlfriend and I had rented a movie. It was called Don Juan DeMarco.
Don Juan DeMarco?
Yeah, it was a really bad Johnny Depp movie.
Okay.
And I had this little Subaru Brat. It was, just had the two seats in the front. And the video must have slid between the seats or behind the seat. And I just assumed that it had gotten returned at some point. And then I got one of the ridiculous late charge, you owe us this much to replace the movie. And it shocked me because in watching the documentary, they talk about how there was a point where they just stopped charging late fees. And I guess that was $800 million of their revenue that they just were no, we're not going to do that anymore.
We don't need money. Yeah. We just keep it. We don't need our property back. Yeah. So, the format of Latch-Key Dads has changed just a little bit. We used to do a lot of particular months. But there's one episode where we were talking about the music of a certain month that just... the singing by my co-host, Tim... is just stuck in my head forever, and that's that wonderful song.
I'll let.
I think you got an opportunity here.
My performance. Somewhere out there. And to hear the original, stay tuned. Number 2, Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram, Somewhere Out There, from An American Tail.
Do you remember that movie?
Somewhere out there. Yeah, definitely.
For some reason, the song would actually suck you in, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Even now, I'm thinking about it as we're sitting here.
I don't know. It's weird, right? Yeah. It was a pretty funny movie as a kid. Right?
Yeah,
it's good.
It's fine. Yeah. Wasn't there a sequel? Fievel Goes West or something like that?
Yes, there was.
So, Greg, looking back at the first episode of the second half leading up to our 50th here would have been episode 26.
Okay.
And in that episode, we do a high-stakes version of our Blockbuster game where we were trying the Jelly Belly sort of game where you could get a good or bad flavor.
Yeah.
And
I still have nightmares.
Your reaction it's priceless.
I don't do well with those things, and I put myself out there. I tried it, and I obviously did not enjoy it.
Yeah, you got bean boozled in the best way.
All right, one more time. Nope. Okay.
All right. So
Is that cappuccino again?
yeah, that's cappuccino again, and then the other one would either be juicy pear or booger.
Well, I'll take the cappuccino one
Oh,
if you want. No, because you just did that
fine.
one.
That's fine.
The odds are I think in your favor here. What was this one? Cappuccino
or liver and onions.
Okay.
And I have the booger or juicy pear. So
cheers.
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
Yep.
my god.
That's booger.
Oh god.
So we both lost. Yeah. Well, that's a
Bad
terrible
idea.
flavor. Okay. Well, that was the new wrinkle blockbuster game.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I think one of the things that makes our show so much fun is that we have access to your entire childhood in boxes in your parents' attic.
That's true.
It just allows us to do games and pull out, crazy things and we'll talk about walk down memory lane. Like, it might not be my memory lane, but it's enough to say, oh my, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. And to our earlier point of our parallel childhoods, I think a lot of things that you don't have anymore, there's a good chance that I have it and still have it, and
so
we can
true.
talk about it. So it's a lot of fun.
So, though this game is just, I like this game when we play this. It's what's in the box.
Yeah, it's a good time. I thought we would try out something new. I've mentioned all the time that I have all these old bins and boxes of stuff from...
Sure. You have every item in your entire childhood in a box somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. So I thought we would try a new segment called What's in the Box?
What's in the box?
So since Brad has helped us out there,
There you go.
we're going to open up this box and check it out, see what's in there, and see how it goes.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
The dust just kind of comes off the box. Is that
right.
Jimmy Hoffa?
So in wrapping up this fun little, jaunt down memory lane of our podcast over the last 50 episodes, or 49 rather.
49,
being
yeah.
50, I think we could not do this without episode 27, which was, to me, one of our best episodes. Very short episode.
Hands down.
And to pick between two in particular seemed impossible. So I think it's only right that we present to you two of our favorite knockoff, fake, whatever you want to call it, spin-off podcasts, Latch-Key Moms and Latch-Key Puzzling. I don't even know that I have words to describe them. They're just such a joy to listen to.
It about sums it up. I think, when I think about the podcast, I remember when we were writing those and just like tears of laughter streaming down our face because we think we're so funny. So
know, right?
We hope you find it funny too.
Yeah, please enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to Latch-Key Moms, the podcast all about how to organize everything. Today we organize our shoes for the 800th time.
I think we should organize them by color this time around.
I like that, but what about creating capsule wardrobes with each shoe paired with its perfect outfit?
Oh, that is exciting. And then, after that, we can check our ThreadUp accounts and see what's happening over there.
Ooh, I just found some Louboutins on Poshmark.
I was also thinking, if we have time, we'll go through my husband's desk, organize it, and throw away anything we think he doesn't need.
So ladies, grab your rosé, comfy PJs, and settle in for another perfectly organized episode of Latch-Key Moms.
Welcome to Latch-Key Puzzling on the Ocho.
That's right, Greg. Today we have an exciting match on hand. Let's get right to the action.
Tonight's matchup features 68-year-old Ethel from down the street.
That's right, Greg. Ethel is coming off a huge Calico Cat 500-piece puzzle from last week.
But tonight is really going to be a challenge as she takes on the 750-piece Ravensburger mammoth known as the White Mountain.
She might have bitten off more than she can chew. Let's get to the action.
She's going straight for a piece. Looks like it might go on the edge. It is.
What makes you think that?
One side is flat.
Wow, Ethel is really in the zone. She's finding edge pieces right out of the gate.
Looks like she found another edge piece, Tim, but... Oh no, she dropped it.
Oh man, that's going to crush her time. With her bad back, this might take a while.
Oh, and tragedy has struck. Her cat has picked up the piece and run off with it.
And she didn't notice. Greg, she didn't notice. And she's gone back to the well in search of another piece.
Well, she's back at it, and it looks like she's connecting two sides, and she does.
Those two pieces are a perfect match. That connection is brought to you by Pro Puzzling's partner, Match.com. Find your missing piece at Match.com.
Well, Tim, here we are off to another exciting episode, so sit tight and enjoy Latch-Key Puzzling.
Oh, wait, the cat is back on the scene, and it appears it has also bitten off more than it can chew.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Tim.
Welcome to our 500th episode of Latch-Key Granddads.
Can you believe we made it to 500 episodes?
Seems like only yesterday we started our Latch-Key Dads podcast. My, how time has flown.
Oh, maybe we'd reminisce about some podcast highlights over our 500 episodes.
That's right, Greg. And then play a new game.
Yes, our new game is called What Annoys Me Most.
Wham! Sounds like a regular Tuesday to me. But first, let's discuss a couple highlights.
Episode 381 stands out as we talked about when the United States added a 51st state to the Union.
That's right. Pennsylvania was formed with parts of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky.
I thought I'd never see a new state.
Well, how about episode 412 when New Jersey was divided between Pennsylvania and New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went back down to 50. Oh, seems Greg's falling asleep again. Greg, still with us there?
Sorry, I must have drifted off there a moment.
That reminds me of episode 473.
Ah, yes. Our napping episode. Probably my personal favorite. Tim.
What?
Podcast.
Oh, right. You mentioned napping, and it's getting late in the afternoon. Feels good taking a nap.
Remember, we're talking about reminiscing.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say...
Favorite episode.
Yeah, episode 453, when we rate fiber supplements, was probably my personal favorite.
If I recall, Duke's legendary laxatives was our favorite.
That's right. He had that great slogan, when going is half the battle.
Yes, that Duke makes a great laxative.
Sure does.
I also think that in that episode we reviewed Fast and Furious 87.
Oh, geez, Dom is still going. He's a old man, Dom. You know, he's still trying to teach us all about family. Terrible movie. All that noise, needless destruction of private property. Those hooligans. Hooligans. I just made up a word.
There
Greg.
you go. Add it to the Urban Dictionary.
They should have been arrested. I probably should be too.
They should have been thrown in the slammer.
Yeah.
Well, one final episode that I'd like to mention is episode 399, Latch-Key Granddads Get Political.
Yeah, we had to, because somebody had to tell it like it is.
Damn straight.
President Bieber was ruining our country.
That stupid little punk and his dumb haircut.
Yep.
Well, it's 4 o'clock, so I gotta go eat dinner and get to bed.
That's right. Thanks for listening.
Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there, as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, yeah, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know.
Knowing
Knowing is half the battle.